Adam Soos here for Rebel News. The federal government's Housing Accelerator Fund has committed $228 million to the city of Calgary with hopes of bringing in some additional 42,000 housing units by 2026. Now, this funding has been at the center of a number of controversies within the province of Alberta. Firstly, questions surround the fact that the federal government seems to have gone around the due channels and proper jurisdictions of the provincial government in order to push their agendas within the city of Calgary. But beyond that, there's a more contentious hot button issue at play. During the application for these federal funds, and Mayor Jyoti Gondek has acknowledged this, the city actually committed to attempting a rezoning. And as we know, the blanket rezoning of the city passed by a vote of 9-6, despite massive backlash, leading many to wonder if that $228 million and conversations with the federal government had perhaps influenced city councillors to vote in favor of the rezoning and to set the will of the people aside.
On June 15th, Canadians for Truth, in collaboration with Veterans for Freedom, is coming to Legacy Place in Red Deer, Alberta, to present Veterans for Freedom, From Service to Solutions, featuring insights from Canada's military veterans. This event offers a unique opportunity to connect with recent veterans who provide a behind-the-scenes look at the issues shaping Canada's future. This event will feature 6 dynamic presentations by esteemed Canadian veterans. Hear from a former intelligence officer with 30 years of national security experience and an Air Force squadron leader who has served with both the Canadian and British Armed Forces, and others with unique and compelling experience. Their first-hand insights provide a unique perspective on the challenges and opportunities ahead. Tickets to this event are $75, but for a limited time only, you can get 2 tickets for just $99 by using promo code V4F at checkout. Visit canadiansfortruth.ca/events to secure your seats. I was very fortunate to be joined by Dan McLean, councillor for Ward 13 here in Calgary, who shed a little light on efforts by him and his colleagues to request an audit, an investigation of sorts, to uncover whether anything untoward occurred and whether these federal funds did indeed undermine the due political process here in the city of Calgary. So you are effectively calling potentially for an audit and examination, a look into whether the $228 million that was given to the city potentially factored into the decision to vote for rezoning. Can you talk on that a little bit?
Yeah, there's limited I can say because it's a confidential investigation, but it wasn't just myself. It was started with the people. The public wanted to know more, and there was gray areas, and so Councillor Sharp, Chabot, and myself did put in a request to the city auditor to dig into when some meetings happened, when some things were said, and there was conflicting statements. So yes, we did that, and I think people just want a little more sunlight on this issue.
So is there an implication that there was something untoward going on, or is this simply to bring everything to light, and if nothing happened, the mayor should get behind it and call for this to go ahead?
Oh yeah, I don't think she has a choice whether it's going to go forward, but that's exactly what it is. I've said before, I'm not accusing anybody of anything. People just want clear, solid answers. Did the Trudeau money affect the council's decision, or what? Who said what, and who said it where, and who said what to who?
Now, is whether something happened, whether it didn't happen, is this something that just needs to happen? Does there need to be an audit so this can come to the light? Because otherwise, it's going to be speculations, questions, and no sound answers for the foreseeable future.
Well, I asked the question as city councillor to our chief operating officer, a yes or no question. I said, did the money affect? If city council would have voted no to these upzoning changes, would we have lost some or all of our funding? And that's all people want to know. And I got a murky, he wouldn't let me reply with a yes or no. So people want straight answers and some clarity, and that's all I want as well.
Now, is there a question here as to the degree of influence? I mean, I know Jyoti Gondek has said that there hasn't been meetings behind closed doors and things like that, but isn't the fact that they agreed to at least attempt a rezoning to get this funding a bit of an overstep, circumventing the provincial government, and basically you have a federal government implementing and affecting municipal politics in Calgary?
Oh, exactly. Like, we had a meeting with council with the United Conservative Party caucus over in McDougall, and they said all the money from Ottawa to BC flows through the provincial government. They got 4 $2 billion. We got like a fraction of that, and it goes through city to city. A lot of cities get left out in that formula. So I actually represent the city, but I do not have a problem with the money flowing from Ottawa through the province, just like they do in Quebec and many other jurisdictions.
Right. Now, what's the process look like? When is this likely to move forward? Is it a complaint against the mayor specifically? Is it a general call for an audit? What does this look like in practice?
It's new to me, so I would love to tell you more, but I think there will be an investigation. There'll be probably some FOIP requests, freedom of information, to see what emails were sent. Again, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but if a post on X from the mayor earlier, like around September, saying we have to approve this or we will lose this funding, and then there was a mixed messaging saying this does not affect the funding, and then there was a post from then Sean Fraser himself saying you will lose your funding if you don't do this. So it's gone back and forth. So we just want to know what if there's been any hands and any scales.
Well, and that right there, and this is just like an opinion at this point, I guess, but if you have the two people theoretically involved taking to Twitter, presumably to garner public support, saying you're going to lose all this money if you don't go along with this, and then retracting once they realize it might be problematic, is that not pretty self-explanatory that something's going on? Yeah, well, it raises questions, it raises eyebrows, so that's why we have to have an investigation or just an audit so that people can see it, with a third party. So, sunlight's a good thing, as all part of democracy. Final question for you on the front of democracy. Are there practical consequences for Mayor Jyoti Gondak or some of the other councillors if they were involved in these meetings? Or is this more of the, well, something egregious has happened here, but it's going to have to wait till the next election? We've seen it on foreign interference federally recently, and it seems to be a recurring trend that there's no accountability, even when things are happening in an untoward fashion. Yeah, sadly. Like the province, I don't think is going to step in on that one, on this one. They could still put it on the ballot at next election, which I would like. I've actually mentioned that. But the ultimate recall then is at next October at the election. And the same with the federal election. It can't come soon enough.
Guys, it's abundantly clear to anyone paying attention that major cities don't need millions of dollars for agenda-driven rezoning. What they need is restoration of law and order. Things have gotten out of hand. We need authorities to take action and to address violent crime and danger in downtown cores in major cities right across this country. If you agree, sign our petition at fixourcities.com.